Hello everyone, welcome to the session on digital electronics. In this session, we'll be discussing about the universal property of NAND gate and NOR gate. In this session, we will see what we mean by universal property of NAND gate and NOR gate. We will also see how the basic gates can be constructed by using only NAND gates or NOR gates. And in the end of the session, we will see the definition of propagation delay and power dissipation of the logic gates. Friends, as you know that you are viewing this session on my YouTube channel, Learn with Prakash Kanade, and subscribe to the channel to see more videos on the subjects of electronics and computer science. So let us go for what we mean by universality or universal property of NAND gate and NOR gate. Now, in digital electronics, you will find that the NAND gate and NOR gate are being called as the universal building blocks. That is, it is possible to construct any basic gate such as NOT gate, OR gate, and AND gate by using one or more NAND gates. Similarly, it is possible that we can construct any basic gate such as NOT gate, OR gate, and AND gate by using one or more NOR gates. And this property of the NAND gate and NOR gate is being called as the universal property. You will find that when we say that the NAND gate and NOR gate are the universal gate and any basic gate can be constructed, then it means that any logical equation, when we want to implement in the form of digital circuits, then it is possible that we can implement this logic equation by using only NAND gates or by using only NOR gates. That is, any digital system can be easily built by using only NAND gates. That is, suppose you have been given only NAND gates and you have not given any other gates, then also it is possible that you can build the digital system by using only NAND gates. And this is also true for the NOR gate. That is, by using only NOR gates, it is possible for us to build any digital system. You will find that the universal gates are very important to us because whenever we want to manufacture any digital system or any digital device, then it is possible that instead of manufacturing several gates, you can manufacture only NAND gate or you can manufacture only NOR gate. And these gates can be manufactured in large quantities. And when such gates are produced at large quantities, then you will find that they can be produced at lower cost. And therefore, the cost of the building of the digital system can be saved when we use the universal gates. But you will find that in case of universal gate, you will find that we will need multiple gates for representation of any gate. Say for example, when I want to represent OR gate by using only NAND gates, then I will require 3 NAND gates. Or if I want to represent AND gate by using NAND gates, then I will require 2 NAND gates. So you will find that the number of the gates in the circuit will go on increasing when we use the universal gates. And it may slower the speed of the operation. So if the speed is not issue, then you can always go for the universal gates. But if the speed is the issue, then in that case, you need to avoid making use of universal gates. Now, let us first of all see what we mean by the universal property of NAND gate. That is, we will see how the basic gates can be constructed by using only NAND gates. So first of all, we will construct the NOT gate, and for such construction, we will make the use of only NAND gate. Now we know that a NOT gate is like inverter, and its input is A, and we know that its output is complement of A. Now suppose I want to construct such NOT gate, and for this purpose I want to make use of only NAND gates. As shown in this diagram, you will find that it is possible that we can construct the NOT gate by using only one NAND gate. Suppose a 2-input NAND gate is given to you. Now we know that the inverter or NOT gate has only one input, and therefore what we will do is that we will make short all the inputs of the NAND gate, and this is our input A. Now according to the logic expression of the NAND gate, we know that the output X is equal to A into B and its complement. But B and A are connected together, and therefore we can write this expression for output as A into A and its complement. But we know that A into A is just nothing but A, because ANDing of 0 with 0 is 0, and ANDing of 1 with 1 is also 1. And therefore A into A is A. And therefore we will get the expression X is equal to complement of A. That is, when we connect the 2-input NAND gate and when both the inputs are shorted together, then this NAND gate works like a NOT gate. Similarly, it is possible for us that we can construct the AND gate by using only NAND gates. Now we know that AND gate has 2 inputs, say A and B, and the output of the AND gate will be A into B. Now such AND gate can be constructed by using only NAND gates as shown in this diagram. So you will find that this is our first NAND gate, and this first NAND gate will have the 2 inputs A and B, and its output is A into B and its complement. And this is our second NAND gate. That is, whenever we want to construct AND gate by using only NAND gates, then we will require 2 NAND gates. And the output of the first NAND gate is connected to the input of the second NAND gate. And you will find that this NAND gate works like a NOT gate because its inputs are shorted. And therefore, the output of the second NAND gate can be written as A into B complement and again complement, that is double complement. But double complement will cancel with each other. And therefore, we can say that the output of this NAND gate is X is equal to A into B. That is, when the 2 NAND gates are connected as shown in the diagram, then both of these NAND gates works like a AND gate. It is also possible for us that we can construct the basic gate OR gate by using only NAND gates. Now we know that OR gate is a gate of which the input is A and B and its output will be A plus B. Now such OR gate can be constructed by using 3 NAND gates connected as shown in this figure. Now this is our first NAND gate. This NAND gate works like a NOT gate. Its input is A and its output is complement of A. The second NAND gate also works like a NOT gate. Its input is B and its output is complement of B. These 2 outputs are connected to the input of the third NAND gate. And you will find that the output of this NAND gate can be written as A complement into B complement and whole complement. But by using the De Morgan's theorem, we can rewrite this equation as A double complement plus B double complement. But double complement will cancel with each other, and therefore we can write this output expression as A plus B. That is, when the 3 NAND gates are connected as shown in this diagram, then you will find that they works like a OR gate. So we will find that it is possible that you can construct any basic gate such as NOT gate, AND gate and OR gate by using only NAND gates. For the construction of the NOT gate, you will require only 1 NAND gate. For the construction of AND gate, you will require 2 NAND gates. And for the construction of the OR gate, you will require 3 NAND gates. Just like the NAND gate, you will find that the NOR gate is also a universal gate. That is, it is possible that we can construct any basic gate by using only NOR gates. Now let us see how the NOT gate can be constructed by using only NOR gates. Again, we know that the NOT gate is a gate of which input is 1. If it is A, then its output will be complement of A. And now suppose we want to construct such NOT gate by using only NOR gates. Now you will find that for this purpose, I will again require only one NOR gate. Now what I will do, I will take a NOR gate and I will short all the inputs of the NOR gate, and this input is being called as A. Now according to the logic expression for the NOR gate, the output can be written as A plus B and its complement. But B is equal to A here, and therefore the output expression will be A plus A and its complement. But we know that in Boolean logic, A plus A can be written as A because 0 plus 0 is 0 and 1 plus 1 is 1. And therefore, we will get the output expression complement of A. That is, when the NOR gate is connected as shown in this diagram, then you will find that this gate works like a NOT gate. Now we will construct the AND gate by using only NOR gates. We know that AND gate has two inputs, say A and B, and the output of the AND gate can be written as A into B. Now such gate can be constructed by using 3 NOR gates connected as shown in this diagram. You will find that the first NOR gate works like a NOT gate. Its input is A and its output is A complement. The second NOR gate also works like a NOT gate. Its input is B and its output is B complement. Now these two outputs of the first two gates are connected to the third NOR gate. And this NOR gate has a output A complement plus B complement and whole complement. But according to the De Morgan's theorem, this can be written as A double complement into B double complement. But double complement will cancel with each other, and therefore this expression can be written as A into B. Thus we observe that when the 3 NOR gates are connected as shown in this diagram, then they works like a AND gate. It is also possible for us to construct the OR gate by using only NOR gate. OR gate is a gate of which the output is A plus B. That is, this is the gate of which the output is logical summation. Now this gate can be constructed by using the 2 NOR gates connected as shown in this figure. You will find that the first gate is having the input A and B, and its output can be written as A plus B complement. And the second NOR gate works like a NOT gate. Its input is A plus B complement, and its output will be A plus B double complement. But double complement will cancel with each other, and therefore the output can be written as A plus B. So you will find that when the 2 NOR gates are connected as shown in this diagram, then it works like a OR gate. So here we will find that it is possible that by using only NOR gate, you can construct any basic gate. If you want to construct a NOT gate, then you will require one NOR gate. If you want to construct the AND gate, then you will require 3 NOR gates. And if you want to construct OR gate, then you will require 2 NOR gates, and they need to be connected as shown in these diagrams. Now we will go one of the important parameter that is being associated with the logic gates, and this parameter is being called as a propagation delay time. So we will see what we mean by the definition of propagation delay time. You will find that in any electronic circuit, when we change the input, then after a certain time delay, the output will change. That is, when the input is being changed, you will find that the circuit will require a small amount of time to change its output according to the input. So circuit will take some amount of time, because you will find that in a circuit there are different components used. Say for example, in any electronic circuit, we use the components such as resistance, inductor, capacitor. So you will find that these components will require some amount of time to respond to the change in the input, and therefore the output of the circuit will take some time to respond to the input. Of course, this time period is very, very short, and you will find that it is very difficult to notice. In some circuits, you will find that this time period or this delay is in microseconds, or in some circuit, you will find that this delay is in nanoseconds. So 1 microsecond, that will stand for 10 to the power minus 6 seconds, and 1 nanosecond, that will stand for 10 to the power minus 9 seconds. So this is a very short period of time. Now, a gate is also an electronic circuit. So just like the other electronic circuit, you will find that the gate circuit will also, the logic gate circuit will also require certain amount of time to respond to the input. And that is being called as a propagation delay. So propagation delay time of the gate is defined as the length of the time which starts when the input to the logic gate becomes stable and valid to change, to the time that the output of the logic gate is stable and valid to change. You will find that the propagation delay time is the time required for the logic gate, the output to reach 50% of its final output level when the input changes to 50% of its final input level. So when the input changes as shown in this diagram, you will find that after a certain amount of time, the output will change, and it will require certain amount of time to reach to the 50% level. And this time period is being called as a propagation delay time. You will find that in case of logic gates such as NAND gate, you will find that this time period is very short, and it is in only nanoseconds. As I said, 1 nanosecond, that will stand for 10 to the power minus 9 seconds. So about 1 nanosecond is the propagation delay time for the NAND gate. You will find that this parameter, propagation delay time, is very important because the speed of the digital circuit is being determined by the propagation delay time. It is always better to have a short propagation delay time. You will find that the propagation delay time will depend upon the technology that is being used for the manufacturing of the logic gates. But it will also depend upon the operating temperature. If the circuit is operated over a long period of time, and if its temperature rises, then you will find that the propagation delay time of the circuit or logic gate will also rise. Now finally, we will go for the discussion of one more parameter that is being associated with the logic gates, and it is being called as a power dissipation. You will find that whenever we want to operate any electronic circuit, then this circuit will require certain amount of power. Without power, no electronic circuit will get operated. Now, whenever we have been given any electronic circuit, then we need to apply some supply voltage to this electronic circuit. Every electronic circuit will require a different amount of supply voltage. And you will find that the circuit will draw some current from this supply voltage. And we can define the power dissipation as the product of the current drawn and the voltage applied to the circuit. So the power dissipation is just nothing but the product of the current that is being required by the circuit multiplied by the voltage that is being applied to the circuit. So you will find that the power dissipation is the product of current and voltage. If the current required is more, then the power dissipation will be more. But many times you will find that the power dissipation in electronic circuit is much smaller, and it is normally expressed in milliwatts or microwatts. So microwatts, that will stand for 10 to the power minus 6, and milliwatt, that will stand for 10 to the power minus 3 watts. We can define the power dissipation of the logic gate as the power required by the gate to operate at 50% duty cycle for the specified frequency. So here we will define the duty cycle as the pulse width divided by the total time period. You will find that the power dissipation of any logic gate will depend upon what type of technology is being used in manufacturing of the gates. So you will find that there are different types of technologies, and these technologies are being called as the digital logic families. So power dissipation will depend upon the type of the digital logic family. For example, in case of transistor logic, or we call it as a TTL logic, you will find that the power dissipation is about 10 milliwatt per gate. But this power dissipation can be further reduced to a very low level. And this technology is being called as complementary metal oxide semiconductor technology, or CMOS logic technology. So in CMOS, you will find that the power dissipation is much lower, and it is only 0.01 milliwatt per logic gate. So you will find that if power dissipation is an important issue for you, then always you should prefer the CMOS logic gates. That is, these gates will be having a minimum power consumption. So thank you, friends, for viewing the session. Hopefully you have understood the universal property of NAND gate and NOR gate, and also these two definitions, propagation delay time and power dissipation of the logic gate. So thank you for viewing. If you have any queries, then you can ask it to me by writing or by mailing it to me, or you can ask the queries in our oral discussions. Thank you for viewing the session.